Like he hits every direction possible. All right. There we go. First he comes in for that inside outside trip. And then hits that body, that sitting body back. Okay, so this is the first one. All right, so let's go back a sec here. Let's talk about this single leg here. Throws a punch, he picks up the single leg. Now, traditionally, a single leg is you step back and you run the pipe. And he does do that first. But he gets the guy bouncing. As soon as the guy bounces and he's thinking about putting his foot out, he's going to reverse directions, pick his head up, and he's going to pick up the leg too. And almost like throw it. So he brings us in the exact opposite direction. Again, this might not get points because the person's landing on their DC originally. Yeah, he's I know he's like All-American. I'm not sure. He might have been Olympic level. I'm not sure. There we go. Again, that upper body spin, belly to belly suplex kind of. Anyway, there's another one. Another beautiful single leg right here. So here he's going to catch it off the kick. So this is here. So before he had it on the outside, this time now he has it on the inside. When he has it on the inside, we're going to see him hit him with that trip. But he picks it up. So notice how he picks up the leg first, and then like his head's a little low here. He's going to come into a nice high stance and then trip it right out from underneath him. It 100% is. I think DC is an Olympic wrestler, isn't he? I think he is. I think he's Olympic level. Yeah, I think he's hit the Olympics. I'm not sure if he's medal or how much he's medal. We'll look at it right after this. Dude definitely deserves it. But yeah, incredible right there. Senior BJJ guy, do you think you'd have a hard time with a wrestler? Or I have had hard times. Obviously, wrestlers amazing base. It just it comes down to if they know jiu-jitsu well enough. If they don't know jiu-jitsu well enough, they'll have bad habits and they'll put their head in places that it just shouldn't be. But once they start learning those, here we go. Again, here's that single leg to high crotch. Let's go back 5. So again, legs in front of him, trip. Legs behind them. It's kind of like, imagine, you can even be going the single leg here. He puts it on the outside. This time he comes into a high crotch, but it's the same exact dump as the other single leg here. He just picks up that one leg. Big hips. Look how he's arching back. Because look, he's curved forward on this grip. See, here we go. Look at his angle here. He's like bent down. Hit my microphone. Bent down and then coming in. When he finishes this, watch, his hips are going to be all the way forward. Basically, from his foot, it's going to be an arch into him, and his shoulders are going to be pushing back. Bam. Look at that. Look at that angle right there. Look, he basically drove him up on the hips. As little power, I mean, there's power involved, but there's a lot of leverages and a lot of technique right there. And again, as he just, like, look how he lets go of him so that while he's spinning in the air. Again, if someone recovered, landed in turtle, who cares? We just want to get it to the ground so we can finish. There we go. There we go again. And here, this is perfect. This is exactly it off the single leg. 1, 2, comes in for his low single. Heads on the outside, picks it up. You see Barnett kick his foot to the outside. He comes a little deeper into the high crotch. Look how he scoots those hips in. Here you go. Look at those hips, how they drive in. Start picking them up. Just picks up the leg right in front of him. Honestly, and for me personally, this is me. Look how strong he is. Yeah, he's super strong. But it's his angle. It's his hips his hips move so well. This gives me a whole new angle on the single leg. There you go. Over under comes in for the trip. We did watch this one. Remember that? He takes someone down with 3 high crotch without the slam. Actually, no. So if you just pick up somebody from a takedown and it's part of the takedown, it's not considered a slam. A slam is like if you had picked them up, held them there for a second, and then dropped them, that's considered a slam. But if it's like an oseonagi, it's like you come underneath somebody, you do a shoulder throw, that person goes flying in the air, they come way over and they slam against the ground. Is that a slam? No, it's part of the takedown. All right, so it's not a slam when you do it like this. All right, as long as it's one motion, up and then down. John Jones is amazing. Yeah, so if it's one motion, it's definitely part of the takedown. Hits the uchi from the whizzer. Peels out that single leg. I mean, that's your classic single leg. Let's go back a second. Here you go. Here's him peeling out the single leg, and he's coming right into the run in the pipe. Peels it out. His foot's in the way. Runs the pipe right underneath him. Gives him a little bit of a trip there. I like that. Here we go. Here we come with the trip again. Head coming towards him. So this is like a little bit of a combination. Single legs in the center, steps in front, and still pulls the leg out, but does it with the uchi trip right there. Peels away from the cage. There we go. Hooks, peel, circle away. I mean, this is a quintessential get him off the cage takedown. I mean, by far, this is definitely DC's favorite takedown right here, not this one. Is this belly. So we got the over-under. He starts to walk him. Now, if you ever want to hit this here, you want your feet even. He's going to step, and then he's going to sit. All right, so step and then sit. Both feet drop in front of him. Here we go. And you pull with the overhook. You raise the underhook. And look, you just drive your hips in there. And he's doing this Roy Nelson. It's no slouch here. Same trip. Boom. That was big power, though. That's a solid. This is a big power takedown right here. Not this one. This is the outside trip, which is nice. Right here. Comes in for the outside trip. Puts his foot on the floor. Re-engages his head. And then hits the hip heist. Like that. I mean, that's some serious mechanics right there. Same thing like we saw him doing Barnett. Comes in 1-2. Hits the single. See that low single? That's what we're talking about today. He does start from the low single. He starts coming up on him. This particular time, we're going to see him stay low. Reaches in. Hits the trip and picks the leg in front of him. For me, I think this is the single leg I want to start working right there. Because I like the way he puts him in front of him. Dan Henderson. Yep. Spins him over him. Still tripping him. Classic single leg right there. We've seen him with the Ouchies. Again, there's that single leg. This is the one I think I want to work into my game right here. Nope, not that one. Puts a single card. I don't like it too much. Single leg. Because I don't have many for the head outside. Most of my single legs personally are the head and the inside. Cool. I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, his trip is sweet. Comes in, catches the trip, and picks up. And, like, he lands his foot there. Look, and he brings his back foot in with the extension. Look, he picks it up again. Goes down with him. And he lands in side control there. That's why I love this one. Or he lands in turtle. Frank Mir in front of him. Yeah, we talked about when it's in front of him, he likes to trip the leg. So if he picks up the single leg and they bring it in front of him, he picks it up, trips the leg out. Because if you're going to have a single leg game, if you're going to be going low single leg, you have to have a couple. Because single leg by itself, a single leg running the pipe, a lot of people can balance out of that. There's your double. See, that's illegal in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournaments. I like this here. Sling comes to the outside. I think he went for the one, but the reason I think he's going for this is you see how he's keeping him away here? He has the ankle. So I think that's why he's going for the one with the trip here. All right, that's how I think that one's happened. So this is illegal in Jiu-Jitsu. You can't pick him up, carry him, and then put him down. All right? I mean, there's a lot of power in this, but honestly, when you hit a high crotch right and you pick someone up, they just kind of start spinning in the air. Like, I've definitely had this accidentally happen when I was working them. I watched Randy Couture wrestling for fighters, and he does high crotches in it. When you high crotch and you hip into them, they just start spinning, honestly. Yeah, no carry. Yeah, don't carry him. And like Gustafsson kind of lands here because he just didn't want to land another, like on his neck. Yeah. He's just picking the crotch up, and like where he lands, he lands. It almost looks like he's just trying to get the legs away from him. There we go. I think that one's versus Jones. Picks it up again. Single, high crotch, pulls it in front of him. But again, we talk about, look at the arch in his body. He's not bent. Exactly, their upper body is taking it over because he's right here, so the force is them swinging. Look here, he's trying to grab his neck, but he's keeping his head up. He's keeping his hips forward. He's keeping walking forward. There we go. And once that leg goes, they're going to come down on their side. They can't hold on to the head there. Can't do that. You cannot be in side control, pick him up, and slam him back to the ground. That would be illegal. Rumble Johnson again. Again, here's that. This is it. Right here. This is the power one right here. I'm pretty sure that's first Josh Barnett right there. Dumps him right on the side. And I like his style of takedowns personally for his single leg high crotch because he doesn't land in side control. I mean, he doesn't land in a guard. Except for his one Ouchi. He doesn't land in a guard. He always lands in side.